this is the topic of the day in the NBA is the fan behavior, because it just kind of all coalesced where there were three big stories going on at pretty much the exact same time. Number one, Russell Westbrook gets popcorn poured
dumped
on him.
on him, yeah,
just dumped all over him. Number two, Trae Young gets spit on.
He did my favorite. I'm good. Just let me go. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
You just want to talk
talk to him. Just let me go for a second. As soon as you let him go. I've always felt like in those types of moments, like you have to just let them go a little bit, to see how hard they want to go. Because a lot of people I think Russell Westbrook would have climbed up there for real.
I'm with you. You let him go. You don't let him wail on the guy.
Yeah.
But you let him go
just
to a point.
Yeah. Just to mess with that guy, because he deserves to be freaked out too.
Right.
And if Russell Westbrook pulls himself up there and is staring at you, it's a different show.
Suddenly, yeah.
And I don't think Russell Westbrook's gonna do anything malicious. I think he literally will say something to him and then probably just jump back down. But
I heard Barkley make the case that players should be able to punch
one fan.
He
said that back in the 90s.
Yeah.
He said every game, every player should be able to punch one fan.
As more time passes, Ron Artest and Steven Jackson their legacy of the Malice in the Palace is becoming better and better.
I mean, it is true though. If you think that you can just throw shots and it's all going to be good and gravy, and you're saying hurtful things that you would never say on the street, you have to understand that there is a level of that wall can be broken, as we've seen with Meta Artest. I mean, the wall was broken.
The wall was broken, and Jermaine O'Neal almost killed a guy if he doesn't slip.
Yes.
Oh
man.
So you get Russell Westbrook with the popcorn. You get Trae Young getting spit on, and then also the Trae Young chance, which I want to talk to you about here in a second. And then thirdly, Kyrie is preemptively talking about the crowd in Boston and the reaction
racism.
He's going to get in Boston and the racism. But Danny Ainge did come out and say that racism doesn't exist in Boston. So I don't know what Kyrie's talking about.
I mean,
Danny Ainge assured me that in this 26 years, he has never once experienced.
And Gordon Hayward somehow in Charlotte tweeted, "Yes, Danny is correct. I've never seen it." Robert Parrish and Bill Russell, if you want to have an actual education about some of the things that have happened with the franchise in Boston and basketball.
No, we don't. But we don't want to do that.
Yeah, but we don't want to do that.
We'd rather just say Danny Ainge said it's okay. So it's just not. What's the problem here?
I mean, honestly, I give Kyrie. It works the media, and I think it's smart of him to get ahead of it, because now he is basically assured that no one can say anything like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Dude, it was it was 5D chess.
Yes.
Now if Boston fans
if you
boo
do
him,
anything, he's got you. He's told you. I love that. I think it's a good play.
But in light of all of these things, meanwhile, by the way, aside from basketball, there was a fight at the Dodgers Astros game in Houston.
I didn't see
it was
this.
yesterday, something this week. Not too long ago, there was a fight with a bunch of women actually of the White Sox Cardinals game. A bunch of women were wailing on each other in the stands. And so I wanted to just have a broader discussion about fans being back, because it is funny that we've spent all this time talking about the difference of sporting events with no fans. Yeah, and honest to God, leagues were putting out PSAs we cannot wait to have you guys back. We need fans. Fans are the heartbeat of what we do.
Yes.
We can't wait to have you. And then the moment the fans are coming back, I mean, we called it out the Big Ten tournament when finally there's fans in college, but it felt like there was a little bit of an atmosphere as we were watching the Big Ten tournament, and Indiana fans go to Lucas Oil Stadium and Archie Miller comes out of the tunnel and they just boo the shit out of him. And I was like, this is so funny.
Finally our opportunity to voice our
you've waited all this time to get back, and you thought there'd be some kumbaya moment of oh my God, I've been waiting just to have a hot dog at a game, and God, it'd be so good, and I won't complain about anything ever again. And we're finding that that's the exact opposite. And there are a lot of people that at the moment they get back in the seats, old habits die hard, and they're spitting on people and throwing popcorn and all of that. And
here's my pitch to the NBA, or to someone that's funny. Maybe we do this, but we should make a PSA for all those fans that were at home during the pandemic, and it's them sitting in their room and they're watching on TV, and Russell Westbrook does a dunk and mean mugs and look at the crowd, and that guy dumps popcorn over his television. He's been practicing. He's I can't wait until I get, and then this guy's at home. He's watching Trae Young. He's just spitting on the ground, getting ready for it.
It's a Rocky montage.
They've been waiting for this moment, It's the one moment that they can do this. I mean, in general, I saw John Collins, shout out to John the Baptist. He's like, I don't understand it. Why do you come to a basketball game and this is like how you act and how you behave?
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, a lot of people are there for the atmosphere of it all, and they're just going to act out and act wild.
Because when you're a fan, and
Yes.
I've never done hooligan behavior. I've booed guys, or
Yes.
that's probably the extent I've ever taken it. And
I had a Tennessee fan
I can't remember,
throw a beer bottle at me from the top at the Music City Bowl in 2010. Dodged it, but then also my mom was like, wow, these Tennessee fans are something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that could have been murder. You know what I mean? Like,
could have been me. Could have been me. I've been to a game before. Could have.
That's fan behavior at times.
I've never been I'm trying to think of like what my worst moment as a fan where I crossed. I'm certainly never like throwing stuff on the field.
No.
But there's definitely a feeling. Especially when I was younger and dumber and didn't really like think through this stuff of like you go to a game and there's a feeling that there's like an invisible wall.
Yes.
And it's a one-way street of like
exactly.
I go this way but it never comes back this way. And that's why
the wall can be broken.
That's why you let Russell Westbrook climb up there. Just to like not to punch him, not to I don't think you let that happen. But you let the guy know it can come back. It's not a one-way street. It's a give and take.
Yes.
But one thing I'm confused about, though, is the Knicks have come out and said that the guy who spit on Trae Young is banned indefinitely, as we said at the top. And Philly has banned from the Wells Fargo Arena the fan that poured popcorn indefinitely. How do you ban people from arenas? Because I was trying to work through the logistics of that. Because that's like the reaction that everybody had when they saw this stuff. It was like, ban them for life. Like I saw KD even tweeted, it was like, it's all fun and games, so you get banned for life. And like that is, I don't disagree. I think like if you spit on somebody, you should probably be banned for life.
Yeah,
in the
probably
arena.
banned for life.
But also, how do you enforce that? That was a worry that I had.
Especially
like,
because these aren't season ticket holders. These are guys that, bought tickets from Ticketmaster or, some random person on the street. And then they get into the building. And then I was thinking to myself, is it facial recognition? Is it like we have the picture of the person?
Well, I was going to say.
Because then do you go incognito? Do they get back in? And do they brag about it? Did they have like a moment in time where they're like on, whatever, TikTok or whatever the hell, and they're like, I'm back in this and
that's exactly going to happen.
That's what I'm terrified of.
That is, I mean, that's an old Seinfeld bit about like the wanted posters. And it's like, it looks like that's good. You put up a picture of a guy that says wanted. But you look at the picture, you look around, and if the guy's not there, you're like, all right, I did my part. Like that's as far as the one. Like that's how I feel about the ban for life. It's like you're gonna take this guy's picture and show all your security guards and be like, do not let this guy in the arena. And like they're gonna look at it for 3 seconds, try to memorize it, and then like 10 minutes later, they're gonna completely forget that guy's face. And I don't know how they're gonna enforce that. I don't know, but I just
maybe the name is blocked when you try to buy a ticket. You know what I mean? Like if you're on any sort of web. But then again, what stops you from going outside and just buying a ticket from?
That's what I mean. Yeah,
anybody.
I don't. Yeah, or just doing
if
a Bobby
anyone's scalping
Valentine,
tickets,
putting
they can
a mustache on and showing back. I don't know. It's. But I like the gesture nonetheless. I like putting out the statement, banned indefinitely, get him out of here. The other reaction I saw that was confusing to me was I saw a lot of people rushing to Russell Westbrook's defense. And saying I don't like. There's a lot of like I don't know how you can hate this guy. Why I don't get it. And what was confusing to me was like I don't understand. Is this something that happens that like people hate Russell Westbrook?
Yes.
That it is okay.
Let's just be honest. Every player in the NBA, everyone hates them.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
every player that's on the NBA just has people that are just talking shit about them all the time, unless they're doing heroic things. And even in that moment, Dame Lillard 1 week is the MVP of the league, the next week he's a bum and can't lead the Portland Trail. You know what I mean? And that works for everybody.
I just saw a lot of like straw men being
Russell
attacked.
Westbrook
like,
is his own entity because he is the triple-double god. So there's like a group of people that are like, he is the GOAT because he has triple-doubles. And there's a group of people that think he's a stat patter. He has that whole contingency. Then there's a group of, I hope, the majority of us that are just like, I'm pretty amazed by Russell Westbrook, but also at times I'm happy when he takes a long jump shot, as the other team. As someone who's pulling for the Sixers, I'm like, I'll let Westbrook have that shot, But like that comes to the territory. Also, he's going to have 30, 12, and 12 and be amazing. So,
yeah, I saw a lot of. I don't know how you can hate this guy. All he does is play his ass off, and I thought, who hates it? So maybe they were talking about the guy pouring the popcorn. That like they think he hates Russell Westbrook, which I don't think that was the case. I think like you're giving that guy too much credit that he you know, he was again like he was scheming at home for the last month that like when I see Russell Westbrook, I'm done with the popcorn. It was just an instinctive like that dude's not on my team.
Yeah.
Here's some popcorn.
Like, I mean, the worst part about it was that he was hurt. It's not like he was, you know, that was the other. But then the good part, if you're a Wizards fan, was he didn't seem that hurt.
Now before the game, Bradley
he snapped back real quick. I was like, all right, that ankle's looking good.
Russell Westbrook is questionable, and then like Brad Beal just comes over and pours popcorn on him, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, he's gonna play now. That was the secret. That's the secret stuff.
Hey there, thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.